Our next speaker will be speaking on caring for people. I mean, in all that we've spoken about, it does involve people, but this individual will be zooming in really on that. He is the founder and CEO of Montfort Care. He has over 30 years of experience in the social service industry, and he's also the recipient of the Outstanding Social Service Worker Award and the Public Service Star for all his contributions. So let's welcome the founder and CEO of Montfort Care, Mr. Samuel Ng.
Okay, a very good morning to all of you. First of all, I need to apologize because no voice. But I will try my best. I'm very happy that I've been invited to speak. I want to thank Agnes and Roland for inviting me to actually share about this topic that is close to the heart of Caritas community. But before I share a little bit on my personal reflection, actually, I've been in social for more than 30 years. I cannot believe it, so old already. So this invitation to speak actually also offered me the opportunity to reflect. Later on, I will share a little bit. But before that, I think not many in the Caritas community or in our archdiocese know what Montfort Care is really doing. So can you please allow me to self-go-yo a little bit? Since our dear Mr. Eric Chua self-go-yo for Tomlin, now I also self-go-yo for Montfort Care. Montfort Care started in the year 1999 or 1998 in the ground of Boys Town. So we are very close to Roland and the team. Then, our co-founder is the lady that sits right up there, Irene Loy. So at that point in time, I think Irene, myself, and brother Dominic Yoko, and later, of course, we roped in the late brother Emmanuel. And then we formed a group called Gabrielite Center for School Counseling. Because at that point in time, the government has not instituted counseling service in the education institution yet. And then thereafter, I was trying to persuade the Catholic leaders, saying that actually community is the way to go. So to cut the story short, so we moved into the arena of Family Service Center. So Marine Parade Family Service Center is the first community-based organization that we set up. And then later on, we expanded. Today, we have 3 prongs. One is families, children, and seniors. By the way, after a while, I cannot follow PowerPoint. So I will try my best. I'm a storyteller, not PowerPoint, but I want to give myself a challenge. See whether I can follow or not. Okay, families, children, and seniors. You will look at it, and what is this? Obviously not prepared by me. Okay, we later on across 20. Okay, today we were formerly called Marine Parade Family Service Center, but as our services expanded, today we have about 20 over centers in Singapore. So we changed the name. So I thought it's important to go back to the root and acknowledging the spiritual foundation by the Gabrielite brothers. So we call ourselves Montfort Care. So that's a little bit on the history. So okay, now you can see. So we have actually 3 family service centers in Singapore: Marine Parade, Kreta A, and Telok Blangah. So we rebrand them as one group together. And we have also started one kickstart. Mr. Eric Chua talked about it, under Comlink. By the way, now I realize Mr. Eric Chua is in charge of Comlink Plus. So he is the person that make us all work very hard. Because in the past, we work very silos. FSC, we work FSC, all this. Now everybody have to coordinate together. Anyway, so we have another program, is counseling support. These centers are managed by qualified counselors, actually supporting families going through very difficult marital relationships, are going through divorce and all this. So it's called FAM, Strengthening Family. And then, parent group program also. So these are all part and parcel of this Comlink Plus under the family wings. So the other part is the child protection. We also set up a child protection specialist center based in, I again want to thank Caritas, allow us to base in the Agape village. So last time we used to call Big Love. So now we read it called Montfort Care Child Specialist Center. So we have one here and then another satellite center in Bordeaux. So there are two actually centers. I want to talk a little bit. Maybe I have no time to go into other things. When we first started this program, I was very surprised, even myself as a social worker, that the seriousness of child abuse. When I invite my friends, psychiatrists, because we need to form a multidisciplinary advisory team, so I get in all the doctors, psychiatrists. The first question they always ask me is, Singapore got child abuse, man? And then, and today our business grow. Actually, our business grow good and bad. The bad thing is that maybe we have not done, things correctly. So this one we need. And I think some of my colleagues are here from child protection. They really work very hard. And 3 years ago, we are also appointed by MSF to run a national NAVH, National Anti-Violence Hotline. So this is a 24 hours hotline that are manned by professional social workers. So for those of you got insomnia, cannot sleep at night, and you are qualified social worker, come and join us. Because this one we got midnight shift, midnight shift. I told them one day, I said, I want to go and support them. I want to go and drive. See you go and drive. Then all my C-suite say, you better don't. I think after that 1 month you cannot recover. Oh, that I cannot. So anyway, so we want to tackle these issues. Okay, the other part today I will not focus on. Later on we'll talk about it. Is the elder care. When I first started out elder care in the year 2001 or 2002, it is a non-issue in Singapore. Nobody is talking about it at that point in time. And now we are seeing that the government, that's why I really feel that, one of the reflections I have after being 30 years, I'm very excited I'm still alive now, because I can see that the government is taking in a more significant, not bigger role. Of course, the flip side is they try to control. You are here, okay. Pros and cons, okay. But the Comlink Plus, like the kickstart. Actually, I was sharing with Minister the other day. This is my dream came true. In social work, we believe in prevention. We believe in early detection. These days when I follow my social worker to home visit, I see, some of the children at the age of 6, there are still some of them, who cannot even speak the proper ABC. What's the difference? Then I told my social workers, 30 years ago when I first started as a social worker, I'm very confident I can help this kid to actually kind of chase up and level up. Today, 30 years later, it's very tough because the rest of the children, by the age of 3 and all this, sing don't know what song, Taylor Swift and all this already. And then these kids, still cannot ABC, so it's very tough. The challenge in social mobility is getting really very, very tough on the ground. So I'm very supportive of all this effort. Okay? Time's up already. Okay, there's supposed to be a map. Cannot see, right? Singapore map showing where we are. Where we are. Okay, so I want to take the next few minutes to share my own reflection as a Catholic, as a Christian, how actually after 30 years, I personally see, the work at Montfort Care. And of course, we take the spiritual inspiration from St. Louis in Montfort. I think that one, Roland, is very familiar. We share the same motto, steal from you a little bit, no copyright. Those whom the world rejects must move you the most. One year we went to Taiwan. I went to Taichung and Taipei. there is a St. Mary Hospital also set up by Catholic group, and there I saw they started this home bathing project. And they even start a bathing academy. Wow, I was shocked. They actually bring the home a bathtub, and then bring to the home of, and then in Tainan, and then not in Taipei City. You all go tour, always go to Taipei, right? In Taichung and Tainan, they are very rural area, very difficult to access. So they use a fiberglass technology. So actually the bathtub, they can split these two and bring them in. So I was thinking in Singapore, when we go into elder care, we see a lot of bedridden people, and the family take them home. They cannot bathe, Can you imagine in HDB how to bathe? Yeah. Cannot even move to the toilet. Toilet also no bathtub. How to take a shower? So end up a lot of bedridden elderly at home end up either powder bath or sponge bath. So when we go home visit or you pass by the house, you can really smell or prolong after a few years. So how to address this issue? So we decided to bring in this actually mobile bathtub project into Singapore. And it's not that easy because it's very expensive. I remember, I think Irene then I didn't see in our board. I presented this in our board, and the board said, very good, so what's the cost? So I presented cost, and then, what cost-benefit analysis? Cost-benefit analysis. 饲料啦 fail. Not sustainable. So all the businessmen artists in the group say, very good, but very expensive. It costs at that point in time, about $300 per bath, $300 per bath. So how many can you pay all these are? So they say, okay, I was very thankful. And that is my actually conviction, Sometimes you have a dream. There's something in your mind that you want to actually think that you can benefit people. You share it out. And somehow, God works in a very amazing way. They will just find angels. I remember at that point in time, my chairman, Mr. Teo Hong Lin, he was a developer. Then he says, 5 minutes left. My chairman didn't say that. So my chairman said, if I understand Samuel correctly about the presentation, this home bath project is not just about hygiene. It's about dignity. So even as a businessman, I think we cannot associate everything by dollars and cents. So I think this is a project that is worth trying. And he actually finally used his family foundation to support us to buy the first van and the equipment, and we got started. I want to show you the video, then I will do a conclusion of this. I think even, as a social workers, after 30 years, they keep reminding me times is up. Do you know that this the first I follow them? It's a very tough job. And remember the first bath, the Malay, over 10 years, never bathed. And the first bathtub of water is really kopi o kosong. It's dark. It's very dark. So I tell myself, unimaginable in our society today that we are very happy that we are affluent, we are well-to-do, and yet there are people that are left behind. So this, I think I echo what Mr. Eric Chua says, government itself tries to do a lot, but government cannot do. So I think, community, especially, religious organization like us, faith-based, we can do a much better job to actually close all this gap. Okay, so this is one of the projects I feel that, that we are being called to. The other one, I just want to share with you. I think I shared that at the Permai, one of our active aging centers opening. I think this is a very beautiful quote by, Henry Nowen. It's called, community is first of all a quality of the heart. It grows from the spiritual knowledge that we are alive, not for ourselves, but for one another. What a beautiful description of what communities should be. It's a quality of heart. Many years ago, I remember, when MOH, the policymakers, they are talking about home health care for the seniors. Home health, that means going to the home. So I have a chance of talking to a policy makers. I still remember it's over a lunch. So she was asking me that, what do you think as a social worker? I said, sometimes you need to be very careful. In Chinese, what we call 好心做坏事. Out of good heart, but you yielded a counterproductive outcome. For example, home health. Sometimes stay-alone seniors, we think they need a lot of things. They need to makan, so we say meal delivery. Then they need to clean their house with housework chores. Then I think they very lonely, so we send befrienders. When you do all this out of good intention, good, well and good, but you are also sending a message to the seniors. What? Don't need to come out. Just stay at home. But isn't that what we are trying to combat? Social isolation is one of the biggest challenge that is compelling us, for aging population. So that year we started, and then they asked me now, so what do you think we can do? I said, sorry, I'm not God, I'm not. But I remember, that in France and all this, the Catholic Church, winter time, they have all this soup kitchen, right? So they open up. So I think kitchen is a good idea, but instead of cooking for the stay alone, can we create a community and get them down to cook for themselves? So that is where I think some of you may have heard, the initiative called Good Life Makan. Actually, in Marine Parade, block 52. 52, okay, block 52. You know better than me. Block 52. Good Life Makan. This is where actually we try to get the stay-alone seniors now, so those people can tia tau ge, those people can cook, they cook, so cannot do anything, just clean the place. So by so doing, number one, we get them out of the house. Number two, I think you change the position of them from beneficiary. They are always the receiving side. And then we all always say, oh, we give, so we feel very good because we are like the savior mentality, that kind, But that breaks that. They are no longer the beneficiary, but now they are participants. You are co-creating a community to get them together. So that is the birth of Good Life Makan. I mean, if you all pass by Marine Parade, please drop by and you can share more with us, But as with any other thing, this is easier said than done, right? Community, quality of heart, until you really go and do it, so many of my colleagues all quit. Way tahan. You know why? Because they fight. Even after 8-9 years today, the elderly fight. Every day fight. They really fight. And I gathered the social workers and the staff, and then I share with them my reflection. And then can you imagine a stay-alone? You know how a stay-alone person, the psychic, every day morning, wake up, breakfast, you think for yourself. Lunch, you think what you want to eat. And dinner, probably they just eat roti or they just skip dinner. So 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Every day is myself. So they are being cocooned in this very self. And suddenly you ask them to come for communal living. Not easy, right? Not easy. So I say, what do they need? They need a long runway. But we must believe that there is a potential for every individual for change. That is why we enter into social service. That's why we do social work, isn't it? So can we believe that all these stay-alone seniors who fight with one another, and all this, they insist they come in, this must smoke, and all this, all that, all this problem. So I say, let us actually let this community learn together. And I still believe that at the end of the day, we create a community that is out of love. So this is another project that is very close to my heart, that I always remind myself that this is what caring for people, is all about. Finally, I just want to share with you. One day I was, at that time I have not become CEO yet, I'm just a social worker. So one day, the receptionist told me someone wants to see me. It's an auntie. So I went out. I cannot recognize the auntie. Then I was in Queenstown. And then, the auntie came from Toa Payoh. Then auntie said, you forgot about me. The auntie said, I trace you and trace you. Finally, I found you. It's quite scary, right? He said, back in Toa Payoh Lorong 5, then you came to my house. And she, at that point in time, was a stateless. No stateless, very jialat, right? Because stateless, you're neither here nor there. And at that time, they don't qualify for any assistance. So I have to help her and her daughter. And her daughter finally, went to poly, need to get a bank loan. And today is open confession. I did a professional sin. I became her guarantor so that she can get a bank loan. Many years later, my boss can thank me for not telling him, because he said if I go and tell him, he must take disciplinary action. Well, as a professional social, not supposed to, but at that point in time, I think that's the only way out for the family to actually for the daughter to go through the education and all this. Anyway, so and then life pass on, and then move on. I find another job and all this. Hey, this auntie trace all the way and say, today I just want to tell you, my daughter graduated. And thank you very much. And then he took out his purse and he passed me an ang pao. That's I cannot take. Because the receptionist there, got eyewitness, how to take? I cannot take. Then she said, no, you forgot. This is your own money. Because every time you come for a home visit, you know that we have no money for food. You give us $10, $20. So this, don't know how much inside the red packet. Red packet is just, paying you back. Dear brothers and sisters, friends, as a social worker journey for 30 years, this story, has been the anchor in my heart. Continue to give. Continue to give yourself, your love, your time, your energy, because you never know how God can use you to actually be a channel of blessing to the people's life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you.